Welcome back everyone, it is J2B Gaming here, and today we have the second episode of our Blackburn career mode, and to start this episode off, we have a league game against Nottingham Forest, which we would end up tying 1-1. I will be sending our 4-star scout out to England for the next 3 months to find some physically strong players. Our 3-star scout will be going to Scotland to find some technically gifted players for the next 3 months. With the money that we were able to get from the players that we sold in the last episode, I have bought another 4-star scout, and he will be going to Northern Ireland for the next 3 months to find some wingers. In the FA Cup, we would only end up losing to Spurs 1-0, despite the fact that we played our backups. Our starters now return to action, and they were able to defeat Preston 2-1 thanks to a goal from Gallagher and Nyambi. We were able to absolutely demolish Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 thanks to a goal from Holtby, a goal from Gallagher, and 2 goals from Deck. Our backups were not able to get the job done against QPR, as we would end up losing 2-1. With our starters back in action, we were able to beat Middlesbrough 3-0 thanks to goals from both our strikers in Armstrong and Gallagher and Deck. We would end up drawing against Fulham 1-1. I consider this a very good result, as Fulham are one of the better teams in the league. Against Hull City, our backups would end up losing the game 2-1. With our starters returning to action, we were able to beat Blackburn 3-2 thanks to a goal from Nyambi, Travis, and Armstrong. However, Plogman is now again out injured. Plogman, who just came back from injury, is now out for another 3 months as he has torn his calf. We were able to beat Brentford 2-0 thanks to a goal from Dak and Brereton. We would suffer a shock loss as we lose to Stoke City 2-1. We were able to recapture our form against Swansea as we beat them 3-0 thanks to a goal from Armstrong and 2 goals from Dak. The bad news for our goalkeepers continues, as Chris Walton has torn his calf and he is going to be out for the next 8 weeks. Our youth scouts have found some absolutely amazing players that I'm going to be promoting to the first squad, and the first of which is Ben Clark. He is the playmaking attacking mid from Scotland, who is a 63 overall and has a potential of 71 to 94. Ben Clark is showing great potential. He can also play center forward, which is very good. Looking at Clark's skill set, he has a 3-star weak foot with a 4-star skill moves. He has a high attacking work rate but a low defensive work rate. He is a somewhat decently pacey player. However, he has very good passing and dribbling stats, which is what I would like from an attacking mid. The second player that I am promoting is Declan Cox. He's a technically gifted left mid from England who is a 63 overall with a potential of 72 to 92. Cox is showing great potential, and he can also play left wing. Looking at Cox's skill set, he does only have a 2-star weak foot. However, he does have 74 dribbling, which, considering he's only 63 overall, that will most likely improve over time, and he could be one of the best dribblers in the world. The third and final player I'm going to be promoting is Charles Green. He is a physically strong center back from England who is 6'2". He is a 60 overall, and he has the potential of 80 to 94. Green actually ends up having potential to be special. This is an amazing surprise, as we definitely will use him as a centerpiece, possibly even next season. He can play center back, right back, or defensive mid, making him versatile, which is just that more valuable. Looking at Green's skill set, he also has a 4-star weak foot. He has a medium attacking work rate and a high defensive work rate. He is 71 pace and he is 76 physicality, so he definitely is a player that we are going to use in the future. We now return to our league action as we face Derby, and we were able to beat them 2-1 thanks to a goal from Dak and Downing. We would end up losing to Bristol City 3-1. It was not our greatest game, however, hopefully we can bounce back. We were able to bounce back against Wigan as we defeated them 3-1 thanks to 2 goals from Holtby and a goal from Dak. Our backups were able to beat Barnsley 1-0 thanks to a goal from Brereton. We would end up losing 2-1 to league leaders Leeds. One player that will not be with us next season is Bradley Johnson, as he will be joining West Brom once the transfer window opens for $530,000. We were able to bounce back from that defeat to Leeds by beating Cardiff 1-0. Our backups did suffer a bad defeat as we lost to West Brom 3-1. Our starters were able to return to action and change our form as we were able to defeat Millwall 2-0 thanks to a goal from Kieran and Dak. Our backups would end up losing the game against Reading at 2-1. Downing suffered an injury in that game and he has broken his tibia, so he's going to be out for the next 6 months. This is a big loss as he is one of our better backup players. Our backups would end up tying Luton Town 1-1 thanks to a goal from Brereton. The reason that our backups were playing so much in those last couple of games is because we secured a playoff spot as we have finished 6th in the league on 89 points. In the promotion playoff semifinals, we will be facing West Brom. In the first leg, we would end up losing 2-1, so we definitely need somewhat of a miracle to come back in the second leg if we are to advance. We would end up getting that miracle as we were able to beat West Brom 3-0 thanks to a goal from Travis, a goal from Dak, and a goal from Armstrong. Since we were able to advance against West Brom, we are now in the championship playoffs as we travel to Wembley Stadium to face Stoke City. Stoke City will be lining up in a 4-3-3 holding. They have some very good players in Vokes, Martins, Indy, and Butland. We will be lining up in that 4-2-3-1 narrow. We will have Plogman in goal, Nyambi at right back, Lenahan and Adebayo at center backs, Kieran at left back, Belkilba and Travis at defensive mids, Holtby, Dak, Davies at attacking mids with Armstrong up top. In the 4th minute, Dak plays the ball into Holtby. Holtby then passes it into Dak. Dak then plays it into Armstrong. Armstrong is then able to dribble around their center back before he gets in behind the defense. He dribbles past the other center back before slotting it into the back of the net to give us the very early lead as we are up 1-0 in the 6th minute. In the 20th minute, Stoke have a throw in deep in our area. The ball is played into their player in this box. He drops it back, then he plays it into a player who smashes it past Plogman as we are now tied 1-1 in the 20th minute. In the 60th minute, Dak takes the corner. He plays it into Nyambi. Nyambi plays it back into Dak. Dak plays it into Belkelba, who is able to dribble past not one but two defenders before he cuts it back into Dak's feet. Dak is able to curl it past the defender and around the goalkeeper to put us up 2-1 in the 61st minute. At full time, we would go on to win 2-1 thanks to a goal from Armstrong and Dak. The players now get together and celebrate as they know that this game means that we have earned promotion into the Premier League. This is a huge step not only for the club but for this group of players, as we have worked hard throughout this season in order to be where we are. Our captain and our center back Lenahan will be the one to lift the trophy, as all the players line up and celebrate on the podium, as we are now just seconds away from lifting the championship playoff trophy and officially solidifying us as Premier League members. Lenahan grabs the trophy and he hoists it as Blackburn Rovers are now officially EFL Championship Playoff champions and Premier League participants for the 2021-2022 season. Here's the team picture as our Blackburn Rovers are now Championship Playoff champions. Looking back at the season, we did end up finishing 6th in the league as we won 28 games, we drew 5, we lost 13, as we had a positive goal difference of 33, finishing on 89 points. Dak would end up coming in 2nd for the most assists in the league with 15, and Belkelba would tie for 4th with 11 assists. In the FA Cup, we were knocked out in the 3rd round by Spurs 1-0. And in the Carabao Cup, we were knocked out in the 2nd round by Sheffield United 3-0. And in the promotion playoff final, we were able to beat Stoke City 2-1 to grant us promotion to the Premier League. Looking at the team stats at the end of the season, Lenahan appeared in the most games as he had 45 appearances. Armstrong, Dak, and Nyambi were close seconds with 44. Dak was our top goal scorer as he scored 19 goals. Armstrong was just 1 goal behind him as he finished with 18 goals, and Gallagher finished 3rd in the team with 13 goals. Dak was also our highest assister as he had 16 assists. Belkelba scored 0 goals, however he had 12 assists, and Holtby had 7 assists. Looking at our players with the highest overall, Dak is by far our best player as he is a 77 overall. Armstrong is our 2nd best player as he is a 76 overall, and Travis is our 3rd best player as he is a 75 overall, and all 3 of those players' overalls are just increasing as the time goes on. Charlie Davies, our youth academy player, who was the player whose overall increased the most as he went up by 9 overall. Plogman and Kieran were very close seconds as they went up by 8 overall. And Charles Green, our youth academy player we just promoted with potential to be specials, overall went up by 6. There's a lot of players that will not be with us next season, and the 2 players that we had on loan this season, Chris Walton and Adebayo, will not be renewing loans, and I do not look to intend to buy them either. Samuel, Graham, Lutweiler, Butterworth, Bell, Platt, Downing, and Smallwood, I am letting all their contracts expire as I feel like we have better players in the youth academy that also have a higher potential. Looking at our managerial resume so far, we did not win any trophies. Our biggest win was against Sheffield Wednesday, and that was a 4-0 win in January of 2020. Our biggest defeat was in the preseason against Denizli in July of 2019. Our record transfer fee is $5.5 million. We have played a total of 55 games. We have won 32, drew 5, lost 18, scored 90, and only allowed 62 goals. Looking at this 2019-2020 season specifically, the club wanted us to fight for promotion, which we were able to do as we got promotion to the Premier League. The club wanted us to reach the round of 32 stage in the FA Cup, which we did not do as we got knocked out in the 3rd round by Spurs. We only made it to the 2nd round of the Carabao Cup. We finished 6th in the league, and we made it to the Championship playoff finals. We never won Manager of the Month or Manager of the Year. The highest transfer fee that we paid was for Belkalba of $5.5 million, and the highest transfer fee we received was for Williams of $2.35 million. I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you want to check out the first episode of this series, you can check it out on my channel, and the 3rd episode should be coming out shortly, so stay tuned for that. And it's JTB Gaming, signing off.